came. Hey, hey, thank you so much for coming. I don't know how everybody has been. I hope everybody has been good. Thank you so much for coming to see me and my pretty nipples again. I appreciate it. I'm really happy about my nipples. Man, it's been like 2 weeks since I seen y'all. Y'all miss me? Y'all ain't miss me. I miss y'all though. Y'all ready to get into it? All right. Gas prices is back up. I'm in transportation, so that hurts my feelings. Sad face. Sad face, bro. Woo. It's been a day. It's been a hard day. But the show must go on. We got some stuff to talk about. All right. So this is the Golden Sayings of Epictectus series, which is a teaching series in my mastery school. Thank you. And these are aphorisms, I think 66 through 90. And it's going to talk about some things. All right. Now, remember, these are teachings. Okay. So it's a little bit, it's harder than initiation books, but not as hard as, well, it's the hard part. Mastery and initiation is easy. Initiation, you're just getting into it. So it's beginner stuff. Teaching is hard. Mastery is better because you already went through the teaching. So, we're going to talk about how people get their feelings hurt. Nothing has changed. This was written thousands of years ago. And when you give people feedback about themselves and how they need to improve, they get their feelings hurt. We're going to talk about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about how Epictectus is very important to psychology globally, right? Y'all know I love Carl Jung. I'm glad everybody's talking about him now. I went to Switzerland in 2016 because I had to see the writings for myself. Shout out to the Templars and shout out to Switzerland. He was responsible for a lot of psychology in the West and globally. But anyway, y'all know I like to talk. We're going to get into a 1 minute video briefly explaining how Epictectus has changed psychology, getting into cognitive behavior therapy. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to listen to this for 1 minute and then we'll get right into it. Okay. You ready? All right. I hope you're ready. I hope. Here we go. Wait for it and stuff. Let me turn my volume up. And I think we are ready to go.
The most proven mental health treatment on Earth was invented 2,000 years ago? In the 1950s, psychologist Albert Ellis was searching for a better way to treat anxiety and depression. He found his answer not in a lab, not in a medical journal. He found it in the words of a former slave named Epictetus. Epictetus taught one core idea. People are not disturbed by events. They are disturbed by their opinions about events. Ellis kept that exact line on his desk. He built his entire therapy around it. He even said plainly that he had simply renamed ancient Stoicism for the clinic. That therapy became rational emotive behavior therapy, which became the foundation of cognitive behavioral therapy, which is now the most widely used and most research-backed mental health treatment in the world. A philosophy written in chains by a man who owned nothing, outlasted an empire, and walked into the modern therapist's office almost word for word, which raises one quiet question. What else did the ancients already solve that we are still paying scientists to figure out?
So cognitive behavior therapy consists of 5 steps. One of my degrees in psychology. I'm all about this. All right. So the first step is checking your negative thoughts. Okay. So once you check your negative thought, right, kind of like addiction, right? First step is admitting you have a problem, right? So seeing the problem, right? Seeing the negative thought, everything comes from thought. Okay. And then the step 2, I don't know why I didn't go over this before I went live and think that I'm going to remember just right off the whim, but let's see. Step 2 is when you start to challenge that thought. Like, wait, I'm mad about my job, but is it really that bad? Because it gives me a paycheck. the one manager I'm mad about, but I love my coworkers. You see what I'm saying? You start challenging that thought. Not so much changing it right to positive and acting fake positive, but turning it in your head and working with it. Okay? Because this is how you change your behaviors and your actions. Okay? The third one is to add balance to that negative thought. That's what I talk about in the yin and yang. So that way you see the bad and the good. You're not just focused on the bad, because if you're focused on the bad thoughts, negative thoughts lead to bad behaviors, period. Okay? And then that fourth step is putting something in place that would help you think better about that thought. Right? So now you're focused on the people that you work around more than the manager that you don't like. And the last step is practicing that and maintaining it. So now every day you come in, you know your boss is going to be a knothead and have an attitude, but you're not focused on that. You're focused on the people around you. Better thoughts leads to better actions. Okay? That's psychology. I love psychology. And remember, that has to do with psychology. It has to do with psyche. Psyche has to do with mental. Okay? We already went through this in the Kabbalion series. Everything that is mental has to do with what? The universe. All is mind. The universe is mental. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into these golden sayings by Epictectus. Epictectus.
And what thou shouldest have.
Hold on. I haven't even cued it. I'm telling you, man, I'm really slipping today. It's okay. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. I'm worrying. Here we go. I think I got it.
Not to carry it out in is that the best you possess, or you take it and you define?
Through 90. Sayings of Epictetus by Epictetus.
Shout out to Epictetus.
Translated by Hastings Crossley.
Shout out to Hastings.
Aphorisms 66 through 90.
Here we go.
66.
Here we go.
If I show you that you lack just what is most important and necessary to happiness, that hitherto your attention has been bestowed on everything rather than which claims it most, and, to crown all, that you know neither what God nor man is, neither what good or evil is. Why, that you are ignorant of everything else,
Maybe you could be told.
perhaps you may bear to be told. But to hear that you know nothing of yourself, how could you submit to that? How could you stand your ground and suffer that to be proved? Clearly not at all. You instantly turn away in wrath. Yet what harm have I done to you?
So hold on. That's what I was talking about. When you give people feedback, I don't care if it's at a job, I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care if it's on social media. Okay? All you do is tell people, hey, in order to get to happiness, you're lacking what it takes. And you're doing everything but what it takes to be happy and live a satisfied life. You're focused on the wrong things. You know? And as he was explaining, nobody wants to be convinced that they don't know themselves. Because, see, they can bear to be told, right? Because they don't know who God or man is or none of that. Oh, they know politics and government conspiracies all day long. Right? But they're not living according to nature. And their opinions are rash and false. They don't even know themselves. They're not going to stand and let you do that. I had to stand more than once, more than twice, and be convinced by someone that let me know I'm not where I'm supposed to be within myself. But people don't want to stand there and let that be proved. So what do? They turn away in wrath. But no one has done nothing to you. They just showed you who you are to yourself. Here we go.
Unless indeed the mirror harms the ill-favored man by showing him to himself, just as he is.
Yep.
Unless the physician can be thought to insult his patient when he tells him, Friend, do you suppose there is nothing wrong with you?
You have a fucking fever.
Why, you have a fever. Eat nothing today, and drink only water. Yet no one says, what an insufferable insult.
You see?
Whereas, if you say to a man, Your desires are inflamed. Your instincts of rejection are weak and low.
Weak and low.
Your aims are inconsistent. Your impulses are not in harmony with nature.
With nature.
Your opinions are rash and false. He forthwith goes away and complains that you have insulted him.
I haven't did nothing. But see, if a doctor tell you, well, I don't know nowadays, if a doctor tell you to eat nothing and drink only water to heal your fever, people might go all crazy. But back then, they knew how to heal themselves. This is not nothing new. They knew you need to fast and drink only water when you're sick. You see what I'm saying? But if a doctor tells you, hey, we're going to have to cut off your arm, we're going to have to do this or that, yeah, you might get other opinions. But if all the opinions say the same thing, you're going to get your arm cut off with no problem. You'll be willing to change. But if somebody tells you that, again, you're not living according to nature, your opinions are rash and false, the things that entice you are weak and low, all of a sudden, you blame that person. We've talked about this before in the years that I'm going live. Be able to accept correction. And I know it's hard. Most people on Facebook are over 35 years old. After 35, you're basically stuck in your ways. It's going to take a lot to change, but you can change. Here we go.
67.
Let's go.
Our way of life resembles a fair.
Okay.
The flocks and herds are passing along to be sold, and the greater part of the crowd to buy and sell. But there are some few who come only to look at the fair, to inquire how and why it is being held.
What object?
Upon what authority, and with what object.
You know?
So too, in this great fair of life,
yes,
some, like the cattle, trouble themselves about nothing but the fodder. Know, all of you, who are busied about land, slaves, and public posts, that these are nothing but fodder. Some few there are attending the fair, who love to contemplate what the world is.
I do.
And he that administers it.
Yes.
Can there be no administrator?
Who is the administrator?
Is it possible that while neither city nor household could endure even a moment without one to administer and see to its welfare, this fabric, so fair, so vast, should be administered in order so harmonious, without a purpose and by blind chance?
There is an administrator.
There is therefore an administrator.
How does he administrate?
What is his nature? And how does he administer?
And who the fuck are we?
And who are we that are his children?
And what are we going to do?
And what work were we born to perform? Have we any close connection or relation with him, or not?
Or not?
Such are the impressions of the few of whom I speak. And further, they apply themselves solely to considering and examining the great assembly before they depart.
Derided.
Well, they are derided by the multitude. So are the onlookers by the traders. Aye. And if the beasts had any sense, they would deride those who thought much of anything but fodder. 68.
So, this life is like a fair. Most of the people in life are concerned with buying and selling. Only buying and selling. They post spiritual stuff. Remember, buying, selling. Because you take away the things that they bought and worked hard for all their life, you'll see who they really are. But a few, see, the few been talked about. The few, we trying to see what's going on here. And who's the administrator? And what object is, what's happening here? Objective thinking, what's happening here? And we need to get to know the administrator. And of course, it's the administrator, like he said. You've seen countries, towns, cities that don't have nobody ruling it, how crazy it is. Because the people just lose it without guidelines. So there is an administrator, you know? So stop being concerned, like he said, with public posts, which is politics, slaves, which is employees, and buying and selling. Focus on source and what your part is in this whole thing we got going on here. All right, here we go.
I think I now know what I never knew before.
Here we go.
The meaning of the common saying, a fool you can neither bend nor break. Idioms. I have read some works of Chrysippus, and I have not even touched the hem of philosophy's robe.
So, sorry. On my end, I hope y'all can't hear all of that. But if you can, I talk louder, but I have to have it on like that. My vehicle is too hot. And what's crazy is I already got a camera in my apartment, and I was going to go live in my apartment, but I was like, oh no, I'll do it next time. I'll go ahead and go live here. And my phone got hot, so my face got frozen, so I didn't even know if I was live or not. But what he was talking about is, you know, a lot of people want to go to special places. Shout out to Egypt, you know, and see pyramids and all these great wonders of the world and all these places. Like he said, is it not enough to see the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the widespread earth, and the oceans? Plus, if you understand the administrator, the source, we talked about this time and time again, that it tore a piece of itself and put it in you. Is you still go crazy over wanting to see parts of the world when you have the source of all, of every universe upon every plane, upon every dimension within you? You know? He says, so what about when you die? And you have to say bye to the sun and moon itself. He said, will you sit down and cry like a child? Why? What did you hear? What did you learn? And what he said is, people write themselves down as a philosopher and spiritual when they should have wrote down the truth. They haven't even did that much at all as far as actually doing the work and experiencing in it. All right, here we go.
70. Friend.
Friend,
Lay hold with a desperate grasp, ere it is too late,
hurry up.
on freedom,
Freedom.
on tranquility, on greatness of soul. Lift up thy head, as one escaped from slavery.
Yes.
Dare to look up to God
Dare.
and say,
say,
deal with me henceforth as thou wilt.
do what you want.
Thou and I are of one mind. I am thine. I refuse nothing that seeth good to thee. Lead on whither thou wilt. Clothe me in what garb thou pleasest.
Yep.
Wilt thou have me a ruler or a subject, at home or in exile, poor or rich?
Fine.
All these things will I justify unto men for thee.
For you.
I will show the true nature of each.
Yep.
Who would Hercules have been,
Who?
had he loitered at home? No Hercules,
No.
but Eurystheus.
Aristeus.
And in his wanderings through the world, how many friends and comrades did he find? But nothing dearer to him than God. Wherefore he was believed to be God's son,
And he was.
as indeed he was. So then, in obedience to him, he went about delivering the earth from injustice and lawlessness.
Yep.
But thou art not Hercules.
You're not Hercules?
Thou sayest,
You say?
and canst not deliver others from their iniquity.
Okay.
Not even Theseus, to deliver the soil of Attica from its monsters? Purge away thine own.
Yes.
Cast forth thence, from thine own mind,
Right.
not robbers and monsters,
Fear.
but fear,
Yes.
desire,
Yes.
envy, malignity, avarice,
Avarice.
effeminacy,
Yes.
intemperance. And these may not be cast out except by looking to God alone, by fixing thy affections on him only, and by consecrating thyself to his commands.
Man.
If
Hold on.
thou choosest aught else, with sighs and groans, thou wilt be forced to follow a might greater than thine own, ever seeking tranquility without,
Okay.
and never able to attain unto her.
Her.
For thou seekest her where she is not to be found,
Her.
and where she is, thou seekest her not. 71.
Erect that. Shout out to Tranquility. Tranquility is female. It's not just a word. It's not just an action. It's a female being. Tranquility. Okay? Everybody seeks tranquility, but you got to do the right things to reach tranquility. Everything comes with a cost. Okay? So, he talked about what I've talked about in previous live videos of Epictectus or Epictetus, however you want to say it. I say Epictectus, right? And I said, dare to look up to God and tell him, bring whatever you want to bring. I've been practicing this for over 10 years now. Bring what you want to bring. I know you've already gave me everything that I need to handle whatever you want to do. I don't pray, oh God, please protect me and not let nothing happen to me or my kids or my family. I don't pray like that. Let your will be done. Whatever happened to them, give me strength to handle whatever happened to them and give them strength to handle whatever happened to them. But I'm not trying to change God's will with mine. My will is his will. To the point, you can clothe me in whatever garments you want to, is what he said. That means in my next life, you want me to exist as a duck? I'll be a duck. You want me to be a ruler? I'll be a ruler if that's what you need me to do. You need me to be rich or you need me to be poor? Whatever you need me to do, my mind and your mind are one. And when you get to that point, you get out of being self-willed. See, when we went through the Master Series of the Secret Book of John, we talked about Yaltabaoth, who you probably know as the demiurge. See, they call him self-willed. See, that's why I said this is a story about you. See, because a lot of people are self-willed. See, they want to impose their will not only on others, but on God itself. Like they run something. And you don't. Here we go.
If a man would pursue philosophy, his first task is to throw away conceit.
Okay.
For it is impossible for a man to begin to learn what he has a conceit that he already knows.
So, you're not going to learn nothing if you think you know everything already. Listen, you're not going to learn nothing if you think you already know. You have to get to the point to where you don't know. Shout out to Socrates. You got to take away your conceit of thinking that you already know. You don't know. You need to learn. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people. I've been on this camera stage for 10 years, way before everybody came out here. You know, so I've seen people that didn't know nothing and will post that they don't really know nothing and that they're new to this. Look at their page now. They talking like they've been on this path for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Like they've actually experienced this. And all they've done was grab different things from different posts and different things from different YouTube videos and internet and put it in. And now they think because they understand it, that they know it or that they've experienced it. You have to experience this type of stuff. You know, and it's hard, you know, because a lot of people have a conceit that they know that what CERN is doing. You ain't never been to CERN. You ain't never worked for CERN. You watched a lot of videos about people that have opinions about CERN, and you made your opinion like theirs because their mind was stronger than yours, and now you posting all about it. See what I'm saying? Not just that, flock cameras. And yeah, it's a downside to everything, but everything comes from God. You see what I'm saying? Until you have the experience in this type of stuff, you don't know. Unless you really, really, really study and build flock cameras and all that. And I'm not saying you don't know, and I'm not saying none of the information is true. I'm talking about you. If you haven't experienced it, you still got to learn it if it's worth learning. Why would it be worth learning about flock cameras and CERN and them spraying and what's going on in politics and a dude that everybody posting about that cut himself up? That don't have nothing to do with helping your soul, nor anybody else's. Making people more aware of that is not going to help their soul at all. It's going to make them more aware of the fear that you already got inside you. Because if you weren't scared, you wouldn't think that you need to make somebody else aware of it. This is a oneness. Here we go.
72.
Let's go.
Give me but one young man, that has come to the school with this intention,
Come on.
who stands forth a champion of this cause
Come
and
on.
says,
In this school.
all else I renounce. Content if I am but able to pass my life free from hindrance and trouble,
Thank you.
to raise my head aloft and face all things as a free man, to look up to heaven as a friend of God,
Yes.
fearing nothing that may come to pass. Point out such a one to me that I may say,
Come here.
enter, young man,
Come on.
into possession of that which is thine own.
Here.
For thy lot is to adorn philosophy.
Here.
Thine are these possessions.
Here.
Thine these books.
Here.
These discourses. And when our champion has duly exercised himself in this part of the subject,
Yes.
I hope he will come back to me and say, what I desire is to be free from passion and perturbation,
Okay.
as one who grudges no pains in the pursuit of piety and philosophy.
Okay.
What I desire is to know my duty to the gods,
My parents.
my duty to my parents,
My brothers.
to my brothers, to my country, to strangers. Enter, then, on the second part of the subject. It is thine also.
Yes.
But I have already mastered the second part. Only I wish to stand firm and unshaken, as firm when asleep as when awake, as firm when elated with wine, as in despondency and dejection.
You already a god.
Friend, you are verily a
Or
god.
goddess.
You cherish great designs.
Good job.
73.
Let's go.
The question at stake, said
Not a
Epictetus,
common one.
is no common one. It is this: are we in our senses, or are we not? 74.
Let's go.
If you have given way to anger,
Uh-oh.
be sure that over and above the evil involved therein, you have strengthened the habit and added fuel to the
Here
fire.
we go.
If overcome by a temptation of the flesh, do not reckon it as single defeat, but that you have also strengthened your dissolute habits. Habits and faculties are necessarily affected by the corresponding acts. Those that were not there before
Rise up.
spring up. The rest gain in strength and extent.
They extend. This
This is the account which philosophers give the origin of diseases of the mind.
So hold up. This is something that a lot of people struggle with these days, all around the world. Okay? You have to be careful with yourself and your mental. You are a creature of habit. Okay? So, if you don't want to be angry, you cannot add fuel to that fire, because what you're going to do is create an angry habit. It doesn't take much. All you got to do is just scroll on social media for a little bit and see some posts you don't agree with and allow yourself to get mad. And all the time you're doing this, doing it. What you think gonna happen after months and years? After months and years of seeing girls post and down men and down men and down men and down men and down, what you think you gonna turn into? If you're a female, you're gonna do nothing but down men, because that's all you concerned with. If you're a male and you only concerned about all the pretty women that you see on Facebook and your lust, and what girl can I have next? Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, she's pretty. What you think gonna happen? You're either gonna catch a STD, or you're gonna be a slave to lust, or you're gonna be a slave to pictures on Facebook. You're creating bad habits. Some people I've seen through the years, they used to post pretty pictures of nature. They weren't even concerned with nothing that had to do with government or politics. Now that's all they post about. Why? Because they've created a bad habit and added fuel to that fire. See, habits turn into bad behaviors. Like we talked about earlier, this is psychology, baby. That's why I always say stop giving your thoughts into stuff that don't have shit to do with your soul and with you. Be careful with your habits, I'm telling you. And what he's saying is, the next time, so let's say that you were defeated by anger. The next time you get angry, you're going to get even more angry. Okay? And then the next time you're going to get even more angry. I'm going to tell you what it's going to turn into. You're going to be on that TV show Snap looking crazy. You're going to be in court looking crazy. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. That's because you've been compounding anger upon anger upon anger, especially with men. and women, they have emotional anger. Men have logical anger. Be careful with yourself. You're just like an organic machine. You can program yourself and you can reprogram yourself. So let's talk about how to reprogram yourself too.
Suppose you have once lusted after money.
Okay.
If reason sufficient to produce a sense of evil be applied,
Check.
then the lust is checked, and the mind at once regains its original authority. Whereas if you have recourse to no remedy, you can no longer look for this return. On the contrary, the next time it is excited by the corresponding object,
I told you.
the flame of desire leaps up more quickly than before.
I just said that.
By frequent repetition, the mind in the long run becomes callous.
Yep.
And thus this mental disease produces confirmed avarice.
So you probably don't even know the mental disease called avarice. It's mental diseases too. I know everybody's worried about catching a physical disease. What you need to be worried about is catching a mental disease. Mind disease. Because body diseases come from a mind disease, if you let me tell it. And I don't care what the person's saying, they got a disease. You put a light, you look at their life camera, you'll see totally why it's happened. Be careful. Avarice is when it's the mind disease that you love a whole bunch of wealth, money, and possessions, and basically a hoarder with it too. You can't get enough of it. You see these people everywhere. We got a president, and I'm not getting political. I'm just saying. He's 80 years old, the president of the United States. Why would a president at 80 years old still want to be in power? That's a mind disease. If he still wants more money, that's a mind disease, bro. So be careful. Same with CEOs. Same with people like Elon Musk. These mind diseases are the same thing as the 7 deadly principles. Those are mind diseases. All right? Be careful.
One who has had fever, even when it has left him, is not in the same condition of health as before.
Nope.
Unless indeed his cure is complete. Something of the same sort is true also of diseases of the mind.
You got to work on it.
Behind, there remains a legacy of traces and blisters. And unless these are effectually erased, subsequent blows on the same spot will produce no longer mere blisters, but sores. If you do not wish to be prone to anger, do not feed the habit.
I said that.
Give it nothing which may tend its increase. At first, keep quiet and count the days when you were not angry. I used to be angry every day.
And every other day.
Then every other day.
And then every 3.
Next, every 2. Next, every 3 days. And if you succeed in passing 30 days, sacrifice to the gods in thanksgiving. 75.
So that's how you correct yourself, and that's just with anger. If you got gluttony and an eating issue, you need to focus on it and work on it and eat less and less. If you have an issue with slothfulness, laziness, you need to get your butt up and probably take a walk every day to get your energy up and keep it up. And exercise these things, like he said, day by day, step by step. And we're all doing it, even me. I just told y'all when I came on live, it was a hard day today. I got angry today. I get angry almost every day. But you heard what he said. My mind is good so I can check it. And my mind can keep, because your mind is your Godhead. My mind can keep its place. You don't remember the song? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better. Because a lot of people acting reckless and talking reckless because they ain't got nobody to check them and they ain't checking themselves. All right, here we go.
How then may this be attained?
Resolve.
Now, if never before, to approve thyself to thyself.
To yourself.
Resolve to show thyself fair in God's sight.
Yep.
Long to be pure with thine own pure self and God. 76.
Let's go.
That is the true athlete.
Yeah.
That trains himself to resist such outward impressions as these.
Yes.
Stay,
Stay.
wretched man.
Stay.
Suffer not thyself to be carried away. Great is the combat.
Oh, yeah.
Divine the task.
It's hard.
You are fighting for kingship,
Yes.
for liberty, for
Yeah.
happiness, for
Yes.
tranquility.
Yes.
Remember God. Call upon him to aid thee, like a comrade that stands beside thee in the fight.
Yes.
77.
You got this.
Who then is a Stoic?
Who?
In the sense that we call a statue of Phidias, which is modeled after that master's art,
Okay.
show me a man in this sense,
Show me.
modeled after the doctrines that are ever upon his lips.
Show me.
Show me a man that is sick and happy,
Show me.
an exile and happy,
Show me.
an evil rapport and happy. Show me him, I ask again.
Thank you for asking again.
So help me heaven. I long to see one Stoic.
Man.
Nay,
Nay.
if you cannot show me one fully modeled, let me at least see one in whom the process is at work,
At least.
one who's bent in that direction.
Yes.
Do me that favor. Grudge it not to an old man, to behold a sight he has never yet beheld.
That's what these mystery schools, this is what we talk about. This is the real fitness. This is real exercising. Show me. And I know it's people that exist like this. What he's saying is, the goal is to be sick and happy. Exiled from your country or land, but you're still happy. An evil report, which means that people think you evil and talk bad about you. Guess what? You still happy. Yeah. And it's people that exist like that. And it's people that have existed like that. Shout out to Socrates. He was about to drink poison. And yes, it was unjust that he was dying. But he's in jail chilling. Talking to them about where he going and how he happy about where he going and how he doesn't even know if death is even bad. So why would he be scared of something he don't even know? He chilling. They still crying and tripping. He's like, how many times I got to tell y'all? Death ain't even bad. Depends on where your mind state is at. See? Because like it said in the video that we watched about how he changed psychology, everything's great. Everything is in perfect balance and harmony. What's messed up is not the world, it's not the countries, it's not these cities, and I'm talking about globally. The issue is your opinion about it. And when you start fixing that, you can do psychology on yourself. See, everybody got all this better help and all of this stuff that you can get on to get mental help now. Learn to help yourself. It's simple. We went through this in the Marcus Aurelius series. He said, if you take the opinion that somebody hurt you, the hurt is gone. It's you that's making it, that's making it pain, bad, and hurt because of your opinion about it. Ain't got nothing to do with Satan, the devil, the dark, the government, none of that shit. It got everything to do with the person in the mirror, you, and that's what you need to start with. And I'm just saying the Michael Jackson song. Here we go.
Think you I wish to see the Zeus or Athena of Phidias
I don't care about seeing
bedecked
that
with
shit.
gold and ivory?
I don't care about that
Nay,
shit.
show me one of
Show
you,
me one
a
of you.
human soul, desiring to be of one mind with God, no more to lay blame on God or
Right.
man, to suffer.
Hold on, because that's a lot that happens on social media now. Everybody blaming man, which is politics and governments and CEOs and all of that, and blaming God. Because when you blame and mad about things that happen, which are the works of God, you blaming God.
Nothing to disappoint,
Man.
nothing to cross him, to yield neither to anger, envy, nor jealousy. In a word, why disguise the
Why
matter?
disguise the matter?
One, that from a man would fan become a god.
Yeah.
One that while still imprisoned in this dead body,
In this body.
makes fellowship with God his aim.
My aim.
Show me him.
Show me.
You cannot.
You cannot.
Then why mock yourselves and delude others? Why stalk about, tricked out, in other men's attire? Thieves and robbers that you are, of names and things to which you can show no title.
Thieves and robbers, people are to all of these names. They call themselves spiritual, and oh my gosh, so many women are calling themselves goddesses and shit. Where is this coming from? We call those thieves because you stole a name and you ain't even done the work. Like men thinking that they just on the top of everything because of the material things that they have, like money. I mean, they starting podcasts and everything. You know, like Cat Williams, he's sitting there talking like he's a philosopher and he's spiritual and the Illuminati, I'm the Illuminati's biggest enemy. Like, what are you talking about? You just got a lot of money, bro. That's all. We'll see how you talk when you don't have it.
78.
Here we go.
If you have assumed a character beyond your strength, you have both played a poor figure in that,
Yep.
and neglected one that is within your powers.
I just talked about that.
79. Fellow, you have come to blows at home with a slave. You have turned the household upside down, and thrown the neighborhood into confusion.
Come to me.
And do you come to me then, with airs of assumed modesty? Do you sit down like a sage and criticize my explanation of the readings? And whatever idle babble you say has come into my head?
You know, this is what people do with me. I know I got a hard job. I've been doing this since before it got mainstream. Got a hard job. People sit here, they judge me. They judge with words that I say. You know? And it's crazy because, you know, you got people that's bad at home, bad in their city, not doing nothing with nothing, think they know everything because of their possessions, and then they want to come to you and try to say that you don't know what you're talking about and criticize your explanations of the readings. It's weird.
Have you come full of envy
And
dejected because nothing is sent you from home? And while the discussion is going on, do you sit brooding on nothing but how your father or your brother are disposed towards you?
What are they saying?
What are they saying about me there? At this moment, they imagine I am making progress in saying, he will return perfectly omniscient. I wish I could become omniscient before I return. But that would be very troublesome.
Here we go.
No one sends me anything. The baths at Necropolis are dirty. Things are wretched at home and wretched here. And then say, nobody is any the better for the school. Who comes to the school with a sincere wish to learn? To submit his principles to correction and himself to treatment. Who? To gain a sense of his wants. Why then be surprised if you carry home from the school exactly what you bring into it? 80. Epictectus, I have often come desiring to hear you speak.
Here we go.
And you have never given me any answer. Now, if possible, I entreat you, say something to me. Is there, do you think, replied Epictetus, an art of speaking as of other things, if it is to be done skillfully and with profit to the hearer? Yes. And are all profited by what they hear, or only some among them? So that it seems there is an art of hearing as well as of speaking. To make a statue needs skill. To view a statue aright needs skill also.
So, this is another thing that we're struggling with. Attention span and listening skills. People's attention span is so short. And listening skills. Listening is a skill. It is an art. That's why I've even said in my live videos, I'm training you on how to sit and listen. Not just listen for 5 minutes. Oh, okay. And then because you just can't take, you just gotta scroll. You just gotta do something else. Chill. Learn how to listen because it's an art to it. Just like when you view a statue, you can say, oh, I like that statue. But if you talk to a sculptor, he's going to really point out every single, because he's had training in not only sculpting a statue, but how to view it. So you have to have training on listening. People's told me, man, I message you all the time. You don't never respond to nothing. Some people message me and I don't respond. I respond a little bit and then I stop. I can tell what they about. I'm not spending my time with that. And I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm like, man, why didn't I talk to this person or answer them back? They cool as I don't know what. And then I go to their page and see what they post and talk. I'm like, I remember why. I don't want to give them I don't want to. And he's going to explain a good example of how to get me to speak. Because I do speak to people on Messenger. Some people I just don't even waste time to speak to.
Admitted.
And I think all will allow that one who proposes to hear philosophers speak needs a considerable training in hearing.
Told you.
Is that not so?
It is so.
Then tell me on what subject you are able to hear me. Why, on good and evil.
What's good and evil?
The good and evil of what?
A horse?
A horse? An ox? No. Of a man.
Who is man?
Do we know then what man is? What his nature is?
You see?
What is the idea we have of him? And are our ears practiced in any degree on the subject?
Huh?
Nay. Do you understand what nature is?
Do you?
Can you follow me in any degree when I say that I shall have to use demonstration?
Do you know what demonstration is?
Do you understand what demonstration is?
Do you know what demonstration is? It's okay. I told you, you can't have a conceit that you already know everything. You're not going to learn nothing until you still stay. I'm still at that point that I don't know nothing. Okay? Demonstration is just what I'm doing. I say, for example, but these aren't examples. This is demonstrate. Now, if I said example, I would show you a person that I'm talking about. That's an example. But people don't know the difference between example and demonstration, so I just say example. But when you walk somebody through something, okay, which is basically walking them through a fact and how it has to be a fact because it comes to this conclusion, that's demonstration, bro. Here we go.
What true or false is?
No, true or false?
Must I drive you to philosophy?
Driving people.
Show me what good I am to do by discoursing with you.
Show me.
Rouse my desire to do so.
Please.
The sight of a pasture it loves stirs in a sheep the desire to feed.
Listen.
Show it a stone or a bit of bread, and it remains unmoved.
It does.
Thus we also have certain natural desires.
We do.
Aye. And one that moves us to speak when we find a listener that is worth his salt.
Mm-hmm.
One that himself stirs the spirit.
Yes.
But if he sits by like a stone or a tuft of grass, how can he rouse a man's desire?
All right.
Then will you say nothing to me?
Say this.
I can only tell you this, that one who knows not who he is, and to what end he was born, what kind of world this is,
Trying to tell you.
and with whom he is associated therein, one cannot distinguish good and evil, beauty and foulness, truth and falsehood, will never follow reason in shaping his desires and impulses and repulsions, nor yet in assent, denial, or suspension of judgment, but will, in one word, go about deaf and blind, thinking himself to be somewhat, when he is in truth of no account. Is there anything new in all this?
It's not nothing new.
Is not this ignorance the cause of all the mistakes and mischances of men since the human race began?
Yes.
This is all I have to say to you.
And that against the grain.
And even this against the grain. Why? Because you have not stirred my spirit.
No.
For what can I see in you to stir me? As a spirited horse will stir a judge of horses?
Yes.
Your body?
Look at you.
That you maltreat.
Look at you.
Your dress? That is luxurious. Your behavior? Your look? Nothing whatever. When you want to hear a philosopher, do not say, you say nothing to me.
Show.
Only show yourself worthy or fit to hear. And then you will see how you will move the speaker. 81.
So back then, they ain't have social media like this, or let's say they didn't. Because they doing that out, they was doing this out in public, bro. Alright? So, if you would ask me, well, why are you doing this live videos? What makes you want to do it? I see people all the time on my page and other pages and all through social media and in real life. Y'all post about things that help me, motivate me. I learn from y'all. Just like I hope y'all learn from me. And that's what keeps me doing this, because I see hope in the clients that I meet and I have these kind of conversations with. Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah, I do this. Now some of them don't. But the fact that I can scroll and see that some of y'all know this and really practice this, that makes me want to talk about it. And from my heart, I chose a vow within myself to speak this until I'm in my grave. I do this.
And now, when you see brothers apparently good friends and living in accord, do not immediately pronounce anything upon their friendship, though they should affirm it with an oath, though they should declare, for us to live apart in a thing, impossible. For the heart of a bad man is faithless, unprincipled, inconstant, now overpowered by one impression, now by another. Ask not the usual questions. Were they born of the same parents, reared together, and under the same tutor? But ask this only, in what they place their real interest, whether in outward things or in the will. If in outward things, call them not friends, any more than faithful, constant, brave, or free. Call them not even human beings, if you have any sense. But should you hear that these men hold the good to lie only in the will, only in rightly dealing with the things of sense, take no more trouble to inquire whether they are father and son or brothers, or comrades of long standing. But, sure of this one thing, pronounce as boldly that they are friends, as that they are faithful and just. For where else can friendship be found than where modesty is? Where there is an interchange of things fair and honest.
Yeah.
And of such only. 82.
So, this is not nothing new. They talk about brothers only. We're going to talk about this next time we're in the female series and the master series. We're going to talk about why Greece is so male. But it was sisterhoods and brotherhoods. It's still sisterhoods and brotherhoods. It's still fraternities and sororities. Shout out to the oldest fraternity in the world. You already know, Freemasons. So the same things was happening then, just like he just explained. Again, shout out to my brothers. So he said, if you see it, brothers living in accord with each other, and they take an oath to say that they will never be separated from each other. Oh, no, that ain't going to happen. And then he said, just pay attention if they're doing things based on outward or according to the will. Okay? If in outward things, like he said, don't even call them human beings, because they just animalistic, but they're friends. They're brave, rah, rah, rah. But if they do it according to the will and want to understand how to deal with the things of sense, this world of senses, this world of matter, then don't pass any judgment on them at all, either way. Call them just. You know?
No man can rob us of our will.
Nope.
No man can lord over that. 83. When disease and death overtake me, I would fain be found engaged in the task of liberating mine own will from the assaults of passion,
Yep.
from hindrance,
Yep.
from resentment,
Yes.
from slavery. Thus would I fain be found employed,
Yeah.
so that I may say to God,
What?
Have I in
Have
aught
I?
transgressed thy commands? Have I in aught perverted the faculties, the senses, the natural principles that thou didst give me? Have I ever blamed thee,
Have
or
I?
found fault with thine administration?
You see?
When it was thy good pleasure, I fell sick, and so did other men.
So did other people.
By my will consented,
Consented.
because it was thine pleasure. I became poor, but my heart
It
rejoiced.
did.
No power in the state was mine,
I didn't want it.
because thou wouldest not.
I didn't want it.
Such power I never desired.
Nope.
Hast thou ever seen me of more doleful countenance on that account? Have I not ever drawn nigh unto thee with cheerful look, waiting upon thy commands,
Waiting.
attentive to thy signals?
Waiting.
Wilt thou that I now depart from the great assembly of men?
I go.
I go. I give thee all thanks.
All thanks.
That thou hast deemed me worthy to take part with thee in this assembly.
Thank you.
To behold thy works.
Yeah.
To comprehend this.
Yes.
Thine administration.
The administration.
Such I would were the subject of my thoughts, my pen, my study, when death overtakes me.
That's where I hope I'm at when death overtakes me. I hope you're there too, where you can say things like that to source, to God, where you can feel good within yourself. Not that you never blamed God, but when you did, you stopped blaming. Not that you were never not happy with the things that you have, but when you wasn't happy, you understood contentment. That if you was poor, you was okay with being poor. Because listen, if Source has you to be poor, I don't care how much holy water you throw on yourself, how many altars you go to, what religions you study, how many videos you watch, how much books you read. I don't care what you do, how your parents, your family, mental psychologists, all of that can try to get you and grow. It ain't gonna happen. You always gonna be poor because it's God's will for you to be poor. Be happy with what they say in philosophy. Be happy with your lot. Because everybody has a lot, like a parking lot. That's where the word lot comes from. Everybody has a specific space, a specific lane. That's why they say stay in your lane. And be happy with your lot. Be happy with your life. Whether you were a rich person or a poor person, you got to learn how to be happy. I don't care if you're a janitor. I talk about this all the time. I'm so sick of people talking about what they feel that they deserve in life. How? How do you deserve it? When we got over 1 billion people over in China working for $2, $3 an hour, but you deserve, you and your kids deserve child support and all. And I'm not just ragging on girls. I'm just saying, you feel that you deserve a better life and your kids deserve a better life. How? When you're in one of the richest countries in the world, how? Are you doing so bad that you deserve so much? Take a trip to some of these poor countries instead of buying things, and you will see that you don't deserve nothing. You got everything that you need. We almost done.
84.
Let's go.
Seemeth it nothing to you, never to accuse, never to blame either God or man?
What?
To wear ever the same countenance in going forth as in coming in?
Yes.
This was the secret of Socrates.
Yes.
Yet he never said that he knew or taught anything.
Anything.
Who amongst you makes this his aim?
Who?
Were it indeed so, you would gladly endure sickness,
Yep.
hunger,
Yep.
aye, death itself.
Death itself.
85.
You would gladly enter that. Gladly. Learn how to do that. Stop learning how to be successful. Stop learning how to make a better life for your kids and yourself. Learn that. Teach your kids and family to learn that. That's what you need to be happy about. Not that your kids are successful in life, but they know their soul and how to save it, and that they know themselves and how to conduct themselves. That's the goal. Don't forget the goal for you and your kids and your family and your friends. I said we almost done.
How are we constituted by nature? To be free.
To be free.
To be noble. To be modest.
Yes.
For what other living thing is capable of blushing or of feeling the impression of shame? And to subordinate pleasure to the ends for which nature designed us.
Yep.
As a handmaid and a minister.
Yeah.
In order to call forth our activity. In order to keep us constant to the path prescribed by nature.
By nature.
86. The husbandman deals with land. Physicians and trainers with the body. The wise man with his own mind. Which of us does not admire what Lycurgus the Spartan did? A young citizen had put out his eye, and been handed over to him by the people to be punished at his own discretion. Lycurgus abstained from all vengeance, but, on the contrary, instructed and made a good man of him. Producing him in public, in the theater, he said to the astonished Spartans,
I show you.
I received this young man at your hands, full of violence and wanton insolence.
I'll return him.
I restore him to you, in his right mind, and fit to serve his country.
Yes.
88.
You know who Lycurgus is? Lycurgus was in the movie 300. He was at the end of the movie. Very end of it. You can search it on YouTube. They got the clip of it too. It was the dude that had one eye. That was Lycurgus. He was a Spartan. And this dude was so angry, violent, and mean within the whole city. And he was one of the best Spartans. He said, I'm not going to punish this dude. I'm going to make a man out of him. That's what real men do. Slogan of our Masonic Brotherhood is how to make men better men. I don't even know what other people be talking about we do. For sisterhoods and sororities, it's how to make women better women. Like he said earlier, who would Hercules have been if he loitered at home all day on his cell phone? Then he said, no, Hercules, Eurystheus. Eurystheus is the one that gave Hercules the 12 labors. And we already went live over the book of Baruch, that said that it was 3 that was sent. It was Hercules, Moses, and Jesus. Those were the 3 that was sent. That was the book of Baruch. That's the one that talks about what happened, not with Adam and Eve, but when Eden is alive, she's a woman, and Elohim is alive. And they married. Elohim rose. She got mad because he couldn't come back once he rose the light. He had to stay up there. He's sitting there telling Source, hey, let me go back down there and get my spirit and fix stuff. Source told him, you tripping. You staying right here. Nothing that comes from me can be bad. And y'all union, y'all made the world. Let her keep the world. Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Let her keep the world for as long as she wants to. So she started sending things to hurt the spiritual side of people. Well, Baruch started sending things to help. And the 3 that he sent, like I said, was Hercules, Moses, and Jesus. That's why earlier when you said that's why he was named the Son of God. And he was, because the Son of God, the Christ, was Hercules. 12 labors, 12 disciples. His story has not changed. There's nothing new up under that sun. Here we go.
A money changer may not reject Caesar's coin, nor may the seller of herbs.
Yeah.
But when once the coin is shown, deliver what is sold for it.
Right.
Whether he will or no.
Right.
So it is also with the soul. Once the good appears, it attracts towards itself. Evil repels. But a clear and certain impression of the good the soul will never reject, any more than men do Caesar's coin. On this hangs every impulse alike of man and God.
Yep.
89.
So what he's saying is, as long as you're good and you got the good within you, you don't have to worry about advertising yourself. Souls are going to be drawn to you. I don't advertise. I don't tell y'all to subscribe. The only reason I got a following page is to get the message out more. That's all. But I don't need to do all of this work. The vibrational capital God source within me that is within you is going to gravitate towards itself. That's it. Here we go.
Asked what common sense was, Epictetus replied, as that may be called a common ear, which distinguishes only sounds, while that which distinguishes musical notes is not common, but produced by training. So there are certain things which men not entirely perverted see by natural principles common to all.
Right.
Such a constitution of mind is called common sense. 90. Canst thou judge men? Then make us imitators of thyself, as Socrates did. Do this, do not do that, else I will cast thee into prison. This is not governing men like reasonable creatures.
So, I'm not a government conspiracist. But, and I don't just think about all this messed up stuff. I don't do that. But there are corrections I feel that need to be made. Not only in our society, not only in our country, but around the world. I don't feel that they are governing reasonable creatures like they should. And I've never felt that way. Do this or don't do that, or else I'll lock you up in prison. That is not the way to govern rational creatures. And if one would use mysteries and laws and explain to me how that is justified, I will use a higher law and a higher mystery. Because in the books banned from the Bible, it said that when Yaltabaoth, the demiurge, told Adam and Eve, eat this and don't eat that, that's what created evil. When he took their freedom away. So yes, I agree with do whatever thou wilt, because you're free and you've always been free. Learn how to conduct yourself as a free human being, because being free without conduct is still slavery. We're wrapping it up.
Say rather, as God hath ordained, so do.
Yep.
Else thou wilt suffer chastisement and loss. Askest thou, what loss?
What loss?
None other than this, to have left undone what thou shouldest have done.
Right.
To have lost the faithfulness, the reverence, the modesty that is in thee. Greater loss than this, seek not to find.
Nope.
End of section 4. This recording is in the public domain.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. I still think I talk too much. I'm trying to make these shorter, but I'm really not trying to make it shorter. Because if I feel like expanding on something, I'm expand on it. I don't care. I know people got short attention spans and all that stuff. I don't care. You know, it's the few. A few people will see this. A few people will watch it. I've been on video for 10 years. I know. There's plenty of people that love listening to this, that love, when I go live and all of that. I don't go live for numbers, But I hope that y'all enjoyed that. I really did. And like I said at the beginning, I know it was hard. I know some of it might have hurt your feelings. But like I said, most people over Facebook is over 35 years old. You can't talk to them like they kids. These are grown adults. Most of them got kids that even got kids. So you can't be talking to grown people like they kids. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Then I know some people don't like to watch me because they say that I'm mean and I'm harsh. No, you just need to learn how to take a message from a grown person. I'm 43 and I still got a mentor to get on my ass. See what I'm saying? That corrects me and I correct the mentor. And see, when you practice that, then your feelings don't get hurt, especially when you're open to correction and you're trying to be better within yourself and you never think that you're there. Let me stop because I keep on going. As always, please listen to this on your own. Get your own interpretation of it. Okay. I'll put the link in the comments like I always do. I also put the link of my YouTube page in the comments because of course Facebook will delete this after 30 days. And I will put the written version in the comments so that way some words that you might not have known and stuff like that, especially when he was going through diseases of the mind, you can actually see what those diseases are and still study them because nothing has changed. They still use that same psychology now. They still diagnose you today. They just don't call it a mind disease. So I hope you go back and listen to this yourself. Next week in the female series, what would be a female series if I don't go live over the Gospel of Mary Magdalene? It went pretty crazy the last time I went live over it a few years ago. So we will be going live over that again, along with Thunder Perfect Mind, which is, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion, that's Sophia herself speaking. Sophia is wisdom, female. So I can't wait to go live over that, because she even says, why do you Greeks hate me and love me and hate the ones that love me? I don't think a lot of people understand the female. I don't think a lot of females understand females, and they go the same for males. So I can't wait to go live over that, because it talks about how the female is balanced, right? Virgin above, viper below, right? People say Mary Magdalene wasn't a whore. Yes, she was. And you're going to see, okay? When in Thunder Perfect Mind, it explains how she is the whore and the holy one. I know. Men are like, how is this girl on all over the camera and stuff acting like she holy? And I know she a hoe. I know plenty of my friends that smashed and all of that. And she over here acting holy. You're not understanding. She can do that. She's not hypocritical. I'm telling you. She's both, bro. She's the compassionate and the one that gets angry. But you'll see. You'll see. You'll wait for it. All right. Other than that, it is Thursday. I hope everybody has a great weekend. School will be starting soon if you have kids. And all of that, I don't think we got nothing coming up until September and Labor Day or something. And then I can't wait for Halloween. Other than that, I love y'all so much. I'm hot. Please stay hydrated. Please stay healthy. Eat less. Drink more, as far as hydrating, eat more fruit. It's hot, y'all. I love y'all so much. And, yeah. Let's go ahead and stick